Kyle, I'm starting a class now. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. No? Okay, I'll be right back. Hi. Finally. All right. Welcome. Welcome to the joining game. I'm James Green, and this is James Green's English class presents the joining game. I will open up the stage in a moment. Before that, I just want to say I am live streaming, recording to YouTube. So if you appear on the stage, you will be recorded. And I just want you to know that so you know if you want to be here on the stage or not. Let me change. Yeah, so the event says live on YouTube, and now also in the chat, your chat will be recorded on the live stream. Come on up, Jahid. Come on up, Nico. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oops.
Hello?
How are you?
Am I
How
audible,
are
sir?
you?
Testing. I was just fixing my sound. Can you say something, Nico or Othman?
Yes,
Great.
I can.
Welcome.
Hello.
So, joining game activity, we have an open conversation. Join on what we have in common. Play to integrate our differences for the purpose of learning. If you want to speak,
Okay.
Hello.
just say your name and go ahead. Speak to the whole group.
Okay, cool.
Ignacio, Matt, Nocido,
Hello,
Othman,
hello.
Jahid. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hello. What's up?
What's
What's
up?
going on?
What's up, my student homies and friends and enemies alike. What would you like to explore today? Where would you like to go? What's going on? You can inform us of your goals, progress towards your goals,
Nature.
anything you want to put on the agenda. If you want to enter the stage, you just have to raise your digital hand. You should see a signal, a little symbol for a hand. If you press that, I'll bring you on up.
Okay.
We're just starting. Usually when we start, it takes a bit of energy to get over the bump, you know, because we're like starting something new. So just take a moment, let yourself feel here, grounded, and check in with yourself, see what you want to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
It's
So
my
how are
first
you
time
guys?
here, so what is the purpose
Great.
in this chat?
The purpose is,
Say anything?
yeah,
What?
the purpose is to explore a topic of conversation that's interesting to you, and then to invite others to join you in the exploration. So you may have something that you want to say to us, or something you're thinking about, something you're doing that you want to talk about related to English or not, and then you're going to talk about it, because this is a conversation practice group.
Okay.
And as a practice group, we just talk, but I will give you some, guidelines on making the conversation constructive. I don't give topics, because topics come from you and your interests.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
got it.
Now, we've got a lot of people here, which is great. There's so much here, so much knowledge, so many experiences. The key is, how do we bring it into the group with words? That's the
Can I start?
purpose. You absolutely can start.
So, hello, my name is Nico. So, let's talk about jobs. Like, what's your dream job, for example?
Okay.
It's a pretty interesting topic.
Yeah, it's a
For
cool topic.
me, for me, I don't really know what my dream job is, so I haven't really decided. So, what about you guys?
Like mine is decided, bro. Like I want to be a filmmaker. So I have decided my job to what to do to next. So
Nico, now hold on, Nico. I know your style, and I want you to let them finish and work inside the group, which is they're gonna talk, and then they're gonna say anyone else. Let them go. Let them fly free like birds. All right, Nico?
Okay, okay.
Go ahead, keep going. Who was saying they wanted to be a film director?
me, math.
Math, keep going.
Yeah, guys, I want to be a filmmaker. I had decided to do a job as a filmmaker. Like I could be a writer, or I could be a cinematographer, or a script writer. So I'm into media line. So I want to be a job as a filmmaker, like director. It could be a director or script writer or anything else in a media line. So what are thoughts of on that you like?
Great, Math.
What are the thoughts on filmmaking?
Great.
Awesome. I personally
Cool.
want to make a business,
Okay.
and I'm working on it right now. I'm a business student. I'm studying business, and I would like to make a business in the future. Near future.
Okay. So in
What
my
type of
case,
business
I
do you
think
want?
Hold on, Nico. I appreciate that you have a question. It is okay to ask questions. We have somebody else coming in at the same time. Jahid, you wanted to go? Is that right?
yeah.
So Jahid,
May I?
then Nico.
Okay, I think my opinion is similar as Noah. I am also thinking for standing my own business, and still I'm starting and I'm thinking of it. Yeah, that's it.
Interesting.
Can I ask a
Yeah,
question
go ahead,
now?
Nico.
So, like, what kind of business do you guys want to create?
I'm personally not decided yet, but it's definitely clothes, that area.
Shopify and an online e-commerce.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
online platforms.
Platforms?
Yeah, good
Yeah.
path.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty
Um,
interesting, to be honest.
Can you join,
yeah.
Nico? So I want to teach you something a little bit about waving. Waving is kind of something that I say, it's like saying, aha, oh, good. Yeah, good for you. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not as deep as
Mhm.
a join. It won't bring the conversation forward. So when we do when we have conversations in life, usually
Mhm.
somebody brings in something and the next person meets them and brings it a little deeper. Then the first person goes in a little deeper. We kind of stay along with each other like this. If one person
Okay.
if one person goes all the way, they're going to lose this person. It's more like a lecture, it's not a conversation. And so
Mhm.
we want to keep track of this. Our goal, each of you in your member role as a student, is to try to deepen it a little bit, deepen the conversation, moving us forward a little bit. Back to you.
Cool.
Jack, I needed to tell something. Did you watch that series like Shark Tank
What series?
about
Shark Tank?
this
Shark Tank. Yeah, about
Yeah,
Shark
Shark
Tank?
Tank. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a show.
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
it's
I
like
haven't.
these
I
these
watched the
people.
Asian version.
The Asian version. No, I don't
Yes,
think so. I don't think so. Should I?
it's good, trust me. They have good ideas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll probably start watching that. Okay.
What you want to do?
Okay, come on, more people.
No, Nico. That's exactly the opposite of what I recommend. Saying more people is going to actually create a barrier. Nico, what you want to do, if you want to encourage vulnerability, you model vulnerability. Vulnerability is another way of saying it's kind of hard to do this, but I'm going to take up the challenge, which is the opposite of saying this is a little hard. You do it. Can somebody tell me what I said?
Um, that we need to be vulnerable, because it's easier to converse that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would never say need because you don't need to do anything but breathe
Uh-huh.
and maybe sleep and get some food and shelter. You don't need to be vulnerable. However, if you want to get on a train, you do have to buy a train ticket. And if you want to have the group develop and the conversation develop, you
Uh-huh.
there are things you can do to help it happen or to get in the way. And so I'm going to point out things that we do that's useful in helping us reach a goal or is an obstacle getting in the way. And pushing is something that gets in the way. Speak more. More. I want more. I want you to talk, Jack. I want you to tell me this. I want you to tell me
Right.
that. My experience, you can tell me what you think, but my experience in classrooms is whenever a teacher does that, why aren't you talking? How come everybody's so quiet?
Yeah.
It's like it makes it harder. It doesn't make it easier, right? So we want to
Yeah.
keep our eye on that. We don't want to fall for that trap. Usually, what's happening when a teacher says, "Why is everybody not talking?" The teacher is feeling scared. They think that it's their job to teach something. People are not doing anything, and they're like getting anxious. They're like, I'm not doing my job if people are not talking. It's a mistake.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rookie mistake that new teachers make. It takes more skill to just relax and say, it's okay. You can talk, you cannot talk. That's okay. If you want to
Yeah, be
talk, you
comfortable with
do
the
it. Yeah,
silence.
go ahead, Jack.
Well,
Hoya
I
tunggu.
don't really, I can't really go on talking about business because I have not really gotten my degree. So I'm not really um, you know, uh really in
Just talk about
that
whatever you
area. I don't know much, but
can. Yeah, you don't have to talk about business.
yeah, yeah. How are you guys doing? You know, I I don't really have a topic
It's
to be
totally
honest,
fine.
but
You don't have to have a topic.
yeah,
Now you asked how we're doing,
yeah.
which is fine, but I wonder,
Uh,
I know it's social talk, it's normal how you doing. That's it's a greeting. But
yeah.
if you want to help the conversation, the way to do that would be for you to tell us how you're doing. That would be vulnerable. That would,
Okay.
and then other people would feel safer to do it themselves. So how are you doing, Jack? You're here. This group,
I'm fine. I'm chilling.
yeah.
Same.
I'm trying to have conversations, get learn to talk better in English. Yeah.
I want to remind everybody that we are on YouTube and it's being recorded.
Okay.
Did
Now,
you saw something in the
now,
chat that
now, hold on a second, Nico. Just along with that, it's not to scare you, right? I just like to be upfront because I think some people it's respectful to let you know it's being recorded, but I have a small audience. Probably the only people who see these videos are you. So, go ahead, Nico. What?
nothing.
Nothing. You sure?
James,
Yeah.
can you send the
Name.
link
Yeah.
in the chat?
No, the link is not going to be published until I finish the call. But you can get the general link to my channel from my teacher student space chat space. If you go here, James Green's the joining game in the server, you can scroll up and you'll see links to previous classes and my YouTube channel in general. Lou Phil, go ahead, Lou Phil. You're not on the stage. You need to come onto the stage to speak.
Do you know there's a wrestler named James Green?
What?
Do you know
Is that you?
Nico, do you know that there's a woman singer from the 60s named Nico?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Great singer. Great singer.
I feel like it has a little different name.
It's different?
I
Huh?
don't.
What's different?
I don't know.
Sorry. Hello.
Uh,
I
Sir, your skin is loading.
Hello.
Say your name if you want to talk.
Hi.
Hello, this is Yasuke.
Yeah,
I
Yusuke.
just joined for my yeah. This this is all about? I know it's about learning English, but I want to know what we are actually driving at.
Oh, you want to know what we're driving at? That's a little bit more
Driving a car.
sophisticated.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you mean a
Oh,
German singer?
I'm so.
No, I'm asking James.
Do we have
Nico,
like a goal for
Nico,
this class?
Nico. I want you to
Yeah.
notice something about your style. Are you open to some feedback?
Mm-hmm.
Nico.
Yes, of course.
So you keep interrupting people. And I don't know if you realize that. If you want to have a conversation, do you think that interrupting people will help the fluidity, will make it go smoothly?
No, not at all.
No. But it depends on the how you do it. Like,
Mm,
Well, do you
how
think
do you
do you think that
interact?
the way that
Yeah.
you're interrupting will help the conversation?
No, I guess.
No, not right now, but
But then,
no one was really talking.
so you're not actually sure what you're doing will help, and that's going to be a that's
No, I was curious about the Nico you told me, but you sent a link, so now I'm gonna
Well, there are also funny
mute.
facts.
but Nico, I want to say something. It's not just now. It's a pattern. It's not just right now. It's over and over. So what I want you to be aware of the pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We'll see. Let's see how it goes. So I recommend you say your name when you speak. It'll help me keep track of who I'm talking to because I don't recognize you by the sound of your voice. Somebody was saying that you wanted to know, what was it, the gist of what we're driving at here?
Yes, Yasuke speaking right now.
Mm,
I just wanted to know the goal for this space,
mm.
just the goal and then what we just want to achieve here generally. Yeah.
So the general goal of the joining game is to join on what we have in common. So we bring in ourselves, something that we're thinking, feeling, experience that we want to talk about, and we find the connections to other people in the conversation here, right? We're having one conversation. There may be 70 people, but it's one conversation. There can be everybody's a little different, add something a little bit different. But it's not just totally random, it's connected. One idea, one person's talking is connected somehow to what the person before said, and then the person before, and then the person before, in a chain of connections. Can somebody tell me what I said?
Yeah, I think I know what you just said. You're basically saying that we have a conversation where we all have something in common to say pertaining to the topic. I mean, what we are all discussing about, if that makes sense.
Close enough, yeah. So you got me, Yusuke. Now your job would be to bring something in that you want to say.
Hello. Right. Okay. I want to share this though. I've been really not so confident in talking with other people here. I don't know why. I can speak English fairly, but sometimes I realize that I don't really have the confidence to speak as I am. So I think it's a challenge for me, and I'm trying to figure out how to deal with it for a while now. So I don't know if anybody else is having the same struggle as I am. Maybe if you are, you could try share
I'm
some
here.
tips on what.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Perfect, Yusuke. That's exactly what we do here. Great.
Yeah, I got the same issue. Like I'm a low confidence with the talking with other people. So basically, I'm an introvert kind of person. I got that issue.
Sorry, guys. But I think it's important you say your name because I don't know if Math is talking or
You're not audible right now.
Locanas.
That's Math, right? Math, you're speaking? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Matthew, you want to say something? Or no? Okay. So I wanted
Sir, I
to
have a
talk
question.
about.
Go ahead, Noah. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, I wanted to tell about the news I saw in website NASA about planetary paradise. It's like alignment of the planets, you know, and you can see above the sky in the night, and
What?
it's so cool, you know.
James,
Let
You
Noah.
mean the
Let
planetary alignment, isn't it?
No,
Oh,
I mean
planetary
the
alignment.
planetary paradise. It's
Guys,
like alignment
Uh,
of the planets.
Yeah. So when's that?
That's
When's that
so
happening?
that's so hard to occur, you know.
Noah, I'm so sorry, but
how can
Noah,
you do our
Noah, I'm so sorry, but I'm not sure I could understand what you said. It sounded like paradise or planet alignment, but that's not really. I'm not confident that I heard you correctly.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, paradise? What's the
I
connection?
can
What's the connection between paradise and planetary alignment, Noah?
Uh, Sorry, I misunderstood.
I can summarize.
Who's
yeah, he
speaking?
can summarize.
Who's speaking? Say your name.
Uh, it's Arthur over here. It's like I
Okay.
can summarize what he said.
Okay.
He said like he read like an article in the NASA website, something like that, that there will be an alignment of planets, and I heard like it's kind of phenomena or something like that that happens from
Yeah.
thousands of years to thousands of years. So this is what he's talking about exactly. Isn't it
Nice.
not?
That happened
Mm.
on 25th January, if I'm not wrong. That happened like yesterday when all planets lined
Yeah, the
up.
planetary alignment.
You guys are talking
Yeah,
about that.
planetary alignment. Yeah. It
Cool.
actually will go on to like 3 weeks. Yeah. Hey, James, are you lagging or what?
I'm not lagging. Are you lagging?
No, you're perfect.
You're perfect. Okay, validation.
It's
Hey,
Arthur over
yo.
here. I think we can go back to what Yasuki said. He said like he has this kind of fear of talking to strangers, and I want to kind of ask Yasuki to clarify. Do you have this fear of talking to strangers just in Discord or in general? And is it like fear of public speaking or like fear of talking to strangers in general?
Art over. I'm going to interrupt that and I'm going to put that same question to you. Do you have a fear of public speaking? And
Okay,
if so, where and how?
not at all.
Not at all. Great. You're in a different
I
subgroup.
know
You're in a different subgroup. It's totally fine, right?
exactly.
So you feel confident. We don't
uh-huh.
push on the opposite subgroup. Would you like to talk about what it's like to be confident?
Damn.
Do you mean?
What do I mean?
No,
Well,
I feel like
yeah, you have an experience, which is to be.
This is my
yeah.
problem.
Well, you have an.
I
You have it. Hold on, Art over. You have an experience of confidence speaking publicly.
yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. If you want to talk about.
Okay. Well, that's the thing because like I can relate to him if he's talking about public speaking because I used to like have this kind of fear of public speaking before, and I used to be very, very shy, and I used to not be able to talk to anyone at all, whether it's digital, whether it's, face to face.
So,
And yeah, I've
okay.
been through that. I've been through that kind of experience. And I think it's like the best way to get out of this and to be able to talk with like to be able to talk in public is like you need to start small. Like you need to go, and push yourself to like do a small presentation, whether like in a classroom or something like that. And once you achieve this, you feel like this kind of achievement that you can do it, and you can build upon that, you know, like you can build upon that to build your self-confidence. And the other thing is like that helps you or helped me at least be more confident is by knowing myself. So I think self-awareness is a very good tool to know yourself better. And once you know yourself better, it's like it's built up your self-confidence because you know who you are, and you don't feel like a rejection, fear of rejection or fear of judgment of others, and that makes you feel like it's okay to talk with strangers and it's okay to talk with and of in front of strangers. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, hold on.
Great.
That's exactly my problem. I don't have enough
I have
confidence
a question for
to talk
Arthur.
anyone.
Hello?
Name? Ahmed? Ahmed.
Yeah, yeah.
You said that's exactly your problem?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a problem as well as that. I have a self-esteem issue, not a low
I'm so
confidence.
sorry. I'm so sorry, but I was talking to Ahmed. Ahmed to Ahmed Tolbaz. You also have that issue?
My problem, I don't have enough confidence to talk anyone.
Yeah, same here, same here.
Who? Yeah.
And
Yeah. So
and,
go
and I,
go ahead and
okay.
we do one at a time here, all right? So hold on. What um what happens is
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
confidence comes from familiarity.
Okay.
English is not my language. I'm Egyptian, but I want to improve my fluency because I need it. But I don't can to talk anyone because I don't have any native speaker with me.
Language is not a barrier for you to build a confidence, I
Pardon
guess.
me, don't jump in too quickly. He's saying something very clear. What I want you to do is summarize what you heard him say, because if we just talk and we don't listen, then we have a harder time maintaining and sustaining a clear direction in our conversation. I know it's a
Mhm.
little bit, it may feel a little bit artificial. It's it slows us down, but we have different people of different levels on the stage. Some who are just struggling to say just a little bit, and some who could talk for a long time. So
Uh,
the summaries help us to unite some of the different ability levels.
mm.
Okay.
Hello everyone. Can I say something?
Name,
I'm
please
sorry.
say your name if you want to speak.
My name is Uthman. My name is Uthman.
I can't hear your name. Say it more clearly and loudly. Name.
My name is Uthman.
Othman,
Yeah.
yes. Go ahead, Othman.
Yeah. Hello everyone. I've been here recently, so I just want to say the story that happened to me last week. So I think I'm confident with people. I'm extrovert. I have a lot of friends in my life. I'm meeting people every day, and I'm easy with that. Okay, but recently I went to a session. It's for people to speak English with native speakers. Okay, we have native speakers in my country, and that time I went there and I met a lot of people from America. They were very nice, but there were maybe 25 people more. They were in the session, the same session. So I couldn't speak in front of them. I don't know what happened, but I just couldn't. It was so hard, and I felt so much anxiety, and that's stressful in my stomach. I think you all know that that's stressful when you get in some place you don't know. I couldn't speak, but when the session was finished, I just went to the Americans and I was talking with them confidently, face to face, like it's one v one conversation. I'm okay with that, but when things gets to more people, I don't know what happens. It's everything just gets destroyed. My confidence just declined, and I don't know how to fix that actually. So yeah, anyone has a solution for that, I'm going to be so happy to hear it.
Yes, Othman,
Yeah, that's it.
I've got something for you. Okay, so we work on anxiety here, and anxiety does not come out of nowhere. It comes often from something we think, and it comes from a thought that we have that scares us, or it comes from the unknown, doing something new. So if you're not often talking to big groups in English, if you do that, that's new, that's going to create anxiety. Like I said,
Yeah.
familiarity, doing it more and more, you'll become more familiar, it'll become easier, you'll become more confident. But if you want to start, right, you don't have to wait for a long time to become less anxious. You can just ask yourself, what am I thinking that is scaring myself and creating anxiety? Anxiety is a really miserable experience. Like you said, you could get a stomach ache, you can shake, it feels uncomfortable, but actually it's not so bad. It's not like you didn't get hit by a car, you didn't break your arm. You just, it's a little bit jittery, and it's very similar to excitement. If you think of anxiety as kind of like excitement, it's often a little bit easier to manage. You get excited when you do something fun, even if it's not completely safe. Like you go on a roller coaster or you go to a party, it's exciting. So the barrier between anxiety and excitement is kind of thin, and you can just ask yourself, what am I saying to myself that's scaring myself? So I'm going to ask you that right now, Othman. Are you anxious now here? Do you have like some nervousness, shaking, heartbeat?
No, never, never.
Never. Oh, I thought you said you did in a group.
Yeah, that was in reality.
Not online. Okay.
Saying 25. Yeah,
Online, you feel more
yeah.
confident. Great. So,
Really-
so
Yeah.
we
of
Similarly, I have
course.
the same issue.
we don't have
Like I will.
we don't have excuse me, we don't have something to work with here yet, but we may. If anybody is anxious here, we can work with it live when it comes up. Can somebody tell me what I said?
I bought a property in Egypt.
Name?
Um,
Jack?
anyone can hear me?
I have this similar issue, like what Ben
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
while talking in a group or in a kind of similar person,
Math.
but I gain more confidence in online. Like I can hang out with people, I can sing with people, I can talk to more people, but in real life it all take a destroy.
Can I add something to what he said?
Vic?
Can I add
Ready.
something to what he said?
Name.
Vic, I explained, I summarized what he said, correct?
Yes, if you can.
Yeah. He said how like online he's has more has a higher ability of like speaking to people and so, but in real life that doesn't apply as online.
Speak to him
And I wanted to
speak to him and check with him.
Oh, sorry. Was that what you said? Sorry. Math.
You see,
Sorry, Matt, did I understand?
it's okay, Vic. Leave that to me. So we're learning how to communicate with each other here, and we haven't yet learned how to do that. Math. Do you know that Vic is speaking to you?
No, I was on call actually. Sorry.
You were
Sorry
on a
for that.
different call?
Yeah, I got a call. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So what happens is we have some disconnection. If people are here when they're speaking and gone when they're not speaking, we also have disconnection, right? We don't know. Are you here? Are you not? Are you listening? So we're working on these cues. All of this is just noise. It's like noise that gets in the way of us understanding each other. And we want to reduce the noise, increase the signal. Otherwise, we won't be communicating. So back to you, Vic.
Applied these games before.
Well, what I wanted to mention is that concept, that consequence of how in real life you struggle more into speaking with people, and online you're more open and you have an easier time communicating. That might be just because in real life you might get not scared, but it might be a bit hard to look at people and to see them next to you, because even a few seconds of silence or any movement that it's not usual might trigger them, and that could scare you. Like you might be a bit anxious anxious about people, in the sense that in real life you see that directly and instantly. Anything you say, anything you do has an impact on the other person's reactions.
Okay.
I played these games before.
You did?
Oh.
When did you play this game before?
Last night.
You played last night? Noah, you played this game last night? So do me a favor and mute yourself if you're not talking. Otherwise, I'll hear some noise in the background. Oh, is that a Squid Game?
Can I ask
It's a
something?
Squid Game quote. Yeah, go ahead. He may be.
My name is Zaim, and my is
sorry, name?
sorry.
Zaim?
I said my name is Zain.
Yeah, go ahead, Zain.
Yes, and my question is that I have the confidence, but the thing is that's stopping me to talk is my accent. So whenever I speak, there are some lot of racist people that makes me stop and think my accent is not that good, and I feel ashamed or like faces racism. Then I stop. How can I improve my accent or to tackle them?
Yeah, you want to improve
Can
your
I answer that?
you want to improve your accent because it's getting you reactions that you consider racist?
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing that they don't talk to me like they stop talking with me and make fun of me like if I talk to them, and if I try to start a conversation like that's I want to say. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Hey guys,
Name?
What's
Casey?
up?
Hi, Casey.
Yeah, my name is hi James.
I was asking
My name
something, you interrupted.
Zaim, it's okay. I won't drop you. Let Casey just speak for a moment.
I'm sorry then.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello
So
guys.
it's fine.
My name is Casey. To me, I think it's difficult to find a place or to find somebody to speak English with me. I'm confident I can speak to everyone, but now I'm in a new country. I'm studying in a university. I'm middle-aged, but all my classmates are young men. I think, we have no same topic. What they talk about is girls and games. But yeah, yeah, we are so different. So I want to find a place to practice my English here. And just now, I heard that you are talking about the favorite job. I think you are so young. You have enough time to find what you like. To me, I spent almost 10 years to find that, yeah, I really like playing with softwares, machines, and the blueprints. I was an engineer in my country. Yeah, now I find, I like it. Yeah, I'm
Great,
done.
great, Casey. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. So you're looking for a way to improve. You're looking for ways to talk about things that you have in common. You said that some of the people you talk to like to talk about girls and video games, and that's not your interest. But so you're looking for people with common interests.
Yeah, I'm looking for somebody to speak English with me for everything. But most boys in my classmates, in my class, yeah, they are talking about girls, games. Anyway, we are in different ages. Yeah, I know that. Thank
So
you.
thank you. So one thing I just want to say, if I dropped you into the audience, please don't be offended. I wanted to manage some of the noise because I couldn't figure out who was talking. So I just dropped a few people into the stage.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
and I will invite people back onto the stage. Again, we have another 50 minutes left for class. And I don't want to drop you, Zaim. You were asking something specific, which is about the impression that you give based on your accent. And you know, that's certainly a legitimate concern. How can you speak in a way that doesn't get you, you know, people reacting to
Yeah.
you? Well, the thing is, it's a little bit difficult. It's impossible to control the way people respond to us. You're taking a great approach, which is okay. You notice that there's some kind of reaction to your accent, and so you want to improve your accent. I just want
Yeah.
to I want to warn you. You know, improving accents not an easy thing to do, and it there's time between now and when you improve your accent where you will deal with people's reactions to you learning the language. Also, accent is not about language learning. Accent is something that everybody has even after they finish learning the language. Just as an example, you know, in the United States, people may react to you if you are let's say you have a Russian accent. People love to, you know, some people love to make jokes about different accents, Russian accents, and there are people who have perfect English. They've lived in the United States for 60 years, 60 years. Their English is excellent, but they still have a Russian accent because if you didn't learn English during your critical period when you were a child, you will keep your accent usually for the rest of your life. So I want to manage expectations as you attempt to change your accent. You will probably keep your accent for a long time. Also, I don't do accent training here. Accent training and language learning are two different goals. So that is a short answer.
Thank you.
Short answer for you, Zaim.
Can I say something about that situation that Zaim has it?
One second, Ibrahim. Zaim,
Oh, sure, I'm sorry.
I wanted to give you a chance to respond, Zaim.
Yeah. So I got your point, and I will improve my, English, not the accent. Accent will improve by time. The way you told me, the accent doesn't matter at all, and I will focus on that.
Great. Go ahead, Ibrahim.
Hey, this is Abraham. I'm actually from Egypt. So, I faced that issue a few years ago, I believe, that, it's just like having racist people because your accent is not American or something like that. So I just need Zain that he just need to have a comfort zone. So he can actually, that means the comfort zone with the good friends that he can actually trust us so he can practice English, no matter if it's an American accent or any other accents. All of them are respected. All of them are beautiful. So the main thing that I just need to say, even in Egypt, actually, we do have like a racist in Egypt. So Zaim needs to have a comfort zone that he can actually live his own life, not just like practicing English. I mean, like for his own life, like you know what I mean, I guess. That's it.
Great.
Because I faced that issue, though, so I just given him
Yeah.
advice.
I think many people face that issue of having reactions when you start speaking a new language. You may get reactions from all directions. You may get reactions from people
Right.
who speak your native language. You may get reactions from people who speak the language you're learning. You may get reactions from people who don't speak either English or your native language. Yeah, there's all kinds of possible ways. People react to things that are different. And
Exactly.
yeah,
And the thing is, when I just like practiced an American accent, they thought that I'm just a 90 boy something, and I'm not like that. No, of course, I'm just like I'm having a skill that you guys do not have it. If you want to have it, you just need to learn for it. You know what I mean?
mute if you're not
Opioid,
speaking.
man.
So
I
you know
do.
what I mean, I guess.
I saw Art over here. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I totally
Go ahead, Ardover.
I agree with you, Abram, in the point that you said like we all need when you gave the advice like that Zaim needs a comfort place or comfort zone, and you advise him to have like a language partner, and I think like having a language partner is one of the best. Having a language partner is one of the best ways.
Go ahead. I removed opiate.
Having
Go ahead.
yeah, having language partner is one of the best ways to learn, but I can add up something. It's like I think in all kind of learning, you need like a comfort place to learn, where people that are learning with you, they are like your peers or something like that, and they can make you feel like it's okay to make mistakes, you know? And also there's another aspect is in all cases, in all kind of l- growth process, you always need to be able or be willing to look stupid in order for you to learn. Because we all are beginners in something, right? And it sucks to be a beginner in something. And we always fear to look stupid or be stupid. But that's the thing, it's normal to be stupid sometimes, and it's okay. Because when we are born, like when we are kids, we used to ask stupid questions, very naive questions, and I think the way we can learn better is by asking naive and innocent questions in order for us to learn and, grow. And that's totally okay. That's it.
I agree. Totally agree.
I have a question. I would
Name?
like
I
to
don't read
know
Arab.
what's
I don't read Arabic. What's your name?
Saifullah.
Stefala?
Yes, my name is Saifullah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Stefala. You had a question?
I have a question, and I'm new to this server, and I really have a great experience in this server. But the problem is, I join most of the server rooms here, and the whole conversation is around what's about you, where are you from, these three basic sentences, and then blank.
Yeah, that sounds
So,
frustrating. What about you? Where are you from? Then blank sounds frustrating. So, what could you do to add to
mm,
those conversations? And this is a question for everybody, right? I think everybody has the experience. How about you? Where are you from? And then
Um,
nothing.
Hello, it's Arthur
okay.
again. I kind of have an answer to this because I'm new to the server as well. But I have this kind of experience with networking and everything, so I think the best way to extend the conversation is to be interested in that person, to be really interested in that person. And by interested means like don't ask like how are you? Really mean it, like really mean that you want to know how they are. Ask them about how they spend their day. If they are saying like they are having a good day, ask them about like what made their day good. If it's the weekend, ask them about like how they spend their weekend and get into these details. And have a common ground with them. Try to have a common ground with them, mutual hobbies, mutual interests, and based upon those interests, you can build up a very interesting conversations. And by doing this, I had like very, very long conversations, to be honest, like 1 hour, 2 hours, and it's already extended to being friends with some people here. So I think this is the tactic that I use most of the time, to just be interested and ask real questions.
Another thing is we're doing that here. So if you check with yourself, if this is an interesting conversation, you can ask, what are you doing here? So to make it more than just where are you from? How are you blank? What do you do here to make it more interesting? What are you doing? And are you finding this a more satisfying conversation than the VCs that you join? And how did you, if so, how did you do that? How did you make it more satisfying? Skoogie says people love talking about themselves. That's a good window for a conversation, or just speak your mind and go with the flow. What do you think?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
oh, sorry.
Name? Vic?
Vic, as you were saying about like how can we make a conversation more interesting, and like if so, like what do you do for it? I think another idea that you can do is take more or less not non-violent but controversial topic like I don't know, should vaccines be used, and talk about it in a civilized way with someone who's interested. As if both people are interested on it, you will have a great conversation in which you will not only get to higher level of English by using vocabulary that you wouldn't normally, but you also get to know actual knowledge about a topic, which normally you don't. If you ask, "Hey, how are you? How was your week?" That's great and it's interesting, but you don't really get a learning experience from it in terms of knowledge. You get a learning experience just on the language, so you can expand your knowledge by having conversations that are actually meaningful in terms of learning.
Mm-hmm. So you bring in topics or you ask questions about topics that actually interest you to create opportunities for learning something in addition to the learning the language. What are you interested in? What topics do you bring up? I know for myself what I like to talk about psychology, philosophy, history, politics, games, AI, conflict. What about
I
you?
think politics, religion. Sorry. I think politics, religions, and morality are great topics that I am quite interested in, as I think are fundamental to our understanding of the world. So they are great topics to be um, getting more knowledgeable about.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's Arch over here. I have a question for Saifullah. Saifullah is like the one who was talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my
Mhm.
question is like, how do you find this kind of common ground? Because like you said, like you just bring up this kind of controversial topic. So how do you know that the other person is interested in the same topic? You just bring it up like that and just started talking, or like, how do you figure it out? How do you figure it out in the first place?
I mean,
I
you
didn't
normally.
say it. So busy.
I think he refers about what they said of the controversial topics, as far as I understood. Which, if it is, yeah, like you first need
Mr. J,
to
can I ask you a
get to know the
question?
person.
I have a question. I would like to know what should I do for become an English teacher, and when will I know that I am prepared for that and my accent is good for that? I would like to ask this.
Sorry, everyone. Mr. James, can I ask you one question?
So slow down because we're getting a lot of questions. It's fine. I just want to acknowledge that Matthias, you brought in a kind of new topic. Now it's fine. We have a lot of people. I love hearing from new people, and we haven't heard from you yet, Matthias. So don't be discouraged. But we can only do one question at a time, really. And it's fine. Bring all the questions in, and then as a group, we can decide where to go. So Matthias, you'd like to know how to become an English teacher, and then Tango, you're bringing in a new question, right? So we started from how do we have a conversation, maybe bringing in slightly controversial topics, how to become an English teacher. Tango, go ahead.
Hello everyone. My name is Tenko. I'm from Georgia. My English it's not good, but I want learning good, and I'm understand 50-50. Sorry, my English. Sorry everyone. Sorry, Mr. James. Can you say me? I learning myself by myself. I learning by myself. Just I'm interesting. Can you say me how learning uh, by myself? How why no? Uh,
Yeah. So I love Vic's answer.
yes,
Vic said, Tango, you're doing great. Don't
yes,
worry. And I agree. You're doing great. Don't worry. You're learning. Keep going.
yes,
You're from Georgia
yes. I'm from Georgia.
and
Yes, right.
you're teaching yourself?
Yes,
Great.
yes, sure.
Keep going.
Uh, yeah. And I want why do what do me what do next? What do next?
Well, there's lots of things you can do. I think that that's what we do here is we think of all the things we can do. There are many tools, many books, many places, right? You have YouTube, you have Duolingo, you have ChatGPT, you have
Yeah.
Discord and many different, you have the channels in Discord, asking questions, chatting with people. I mean, there's so much you can do. So you tell me, what do you want to do? Um, I host classes. You can watch the videos of my past classes if you want. I also do other events. I did an event on Friday that was kind of in alignment with what you're saying. It was a controversial topic. I did an event on toxic femininity, which is like archetypes of women that are not so good. It's a little bit advanced and risque, but it was a fun class. I'm going to do more of those. You need to find what is suitable for yourself, what interests you, what's the appropriate level, what you find is helpful. The question, what can I do, is so broad, it's so open that really anything can be an answer. So you need to, we get the kinds of answers. The answers that we get depend on the questions we ask. So you want a more specific answer, you need to ask a specific question. Because a general question like, what can I do, is going to give you a general answer. Sephora says, I got advice that I start a controversial topic or like related to politics, but so what will be my limit? I don't know what you mean limit, but
Like some people don't get offended, you know.
some people don't get offended. Yeah. So there's all kinds of considerations. We have lots of considerations to consider. There's no right. The way we work here with questions is I want you to start thinking for yourself. You tell me how you're going to find the limit. You tell me what activities you want to engage in. Vic says sometimes
Okay.
you need to read the room. That's a great idea. Learning how to read the room is a great skill. Reading the room is like using your emotional intelligence to make a decision intuitively, using your intuition. What feels right? For example, what feels right now? You're here, we're talking. Use your intuition. What do we do next? What do you want to do next?
You asked me. Sorry.
I'm asking all of you.
Yeah.
James.
Name.
Can I ask?
Name.
James, could you clarify the question? Hello.
Say your name.
My name.
Vic.
I'm Kiznikov.
Vic.
James.
Can I?
Okay.
I'm Kiznikov. Can I ask a question?
You've got the floor. You can speak. You can talk to me. You can talk to everybody. Go ahead.
This question is not specifically for someone, but for everyone here. But like, how do I speak English so fluently? Like if I type the English, I can almost type it instantly. But when I speak, I like stutter like this. I cannot speak instantly.
Short
How do I
answer.
fix that?
Short answer. Short answer. Practice. Now, Vic, that's my short answer. Do you want to hear from others, or do you want to hear more from somebody specific?
I'm open to anyone.
You're open to anyone. Nico, you had an answer?
Yes, I think it's pretty good to watch movies or listen to the music you hate the most. Because the
Why? Sorry,
music
why?
you hate the most.
Why is it specifically
Sorry,
the
guys.
one that I had?
Sorry. Let Nico answer. Right? Let somebody answer. You ask them a question. Let them answer.
Okay.
So why listen to a music that's horrible for you? Because you're gonna pay attention to the lyrics and you're gonna learn new words by listening to it. Yes, that's
I'm
all
Vic,
my answer.
and I disagree. I'm Vic, and
Well,
I disagree with that idea. If you associate English and learning a new language with something you don't like, such as music that you don't like, you're gonna end up making the language something you don't like instead of making it a nice activity. Normally, when you recommend people to listen to music or to watch movies, is so they do something that they enjoy while they learn the language. And if you tell them to use music they don't like, they are not only running through the same issue that just by hearing like sentences from any any other place, but you're also making them suffer in the sense that they need to listen to music that they don't like. So it doesn't make sense to have like an enjoyable activity and then make it non-enjoyable to learn the language.
Yes, but you pay
well,
more attention to the lyrics while you listen to it. That's the most important part.
Would you summarize Vic's concern? What did Vic say?
Vic said that
Talk to Vic.
the bad music you will listen to apparently will you will over time you will dislike the English language. That's what he said.
Talk to
if
Vic
you listen to a bad music.
and check with him.
Is that true? Did I say what you said?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Good.
Yeah, so good.
Back to you,
So,
Nico. Great. You understood him. Now you speak for yourself.
Yeah, so a point of a bad music is that you pay more attention to the lyrics and apparently you start to learn new words. The point of is that it's helpful. It's more helpful than listening to the music you love the most because over time you're not really listening to it. You're just just practically you have your mind on something else while listening to it. But if you're listening to a bad music, like I don't mean like really terrible music, but like KSI's music. I mean like normal music like jazz or something like that you don't like really much.
Hello.
Hi, Turkey. Nico,
Can I speak up?
Nico, are you finished?
Yes.
You sure?
With due respect, and sorry for my interruption, but as far as I remember, his question was he is not fluent. He can understand, he can type English faster, but he's not fluent. So how can watching movie or listening to a music improve his fluency? That's my question.
Yeah, that was actually
it's
my concern as well.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
hard to hear here.
Yeah,
I
because
can
as
I
far
can
as I remember that his question was how can he speak faster or improve his fluency.
Ardover,
Well, I think that
excuse
it
me,
will improve
names,
because
Yeah, thank you.
names. I'm asking you to say your name before you speak, and I heard Ardover say his name, so go ahead, Ardover.
Thank you, thank you. So, I was going to say like yeah, they answered that like they answered Kiznikov that he can develop his English by listening more. But it's right. You said as you said, Turkey is not the right way because like he doesn't need more vocabulary. You already have vocabulary because he can write. So he kind of have this kind of thing that is called, I mean, like passive vocabulary. So I have like this vocabulary that is not active yet. So the only thing that to transform a passive vocabulary to active vocabulary in speaking, especially in speaking, is practicing and speaking to other people. That's the only way to for me to activate that kind of vocabulary that you use in writing in speaking. That's it.
I just want to thank you. I
Uh,
want
so,
Can
to,
I say?
excuse me, I want to just do a poll really quickly. Usually I do 90 minutes and then I invite a poll to extend. So, do people want to do a 3-hour class today, an additional 90 minutes? Let me know
Yes.
in the poll.
Yeah.
Do you want to extend for 90 more minutes? And you can just answer the poll and you can keep talking about what you were doing now about active vocabulary. Back to you.
Can I talk?
Yeah, Nico?
Excuse me,
Name
Mr. Oh, okay.
Tango? I'm gonna give
Yes, can I?
I'm gonna torture you guys until you learn my practices, okay? Say your name if you want to speak. There's 15 people on the stage.
14.
Vic.
Don't fight with me. Say your name, follow my lead, Nico. That's not see, Nico, you were asking how do you take on a member role? Arguing with me is not taking on a member role. Following my instructions so that I can lead a class where we are working constructively is what it means to take on a member role. Can you tell me what I said, Nico?
No, no. To follow your orders. Yeah, that's what you said.
No, that's not what I said.
Mr.
No. So,
Mr. James.
no.
Vic,
Mr.
I
James,
wanted to summarize. James. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm in the middle of saying something. You can do it. You can do it when I finish, but I'm in the middle of saying something. I would like you guys all. I would like you all to know what I expect from you, because we're here working together, and
May I go to the rest?
Hey, James.
it's okay. We will filter that noise out. I teach in the politics server. If you don't know the politics server, it's much more chaotic than this. It's okay. I will filter you
Mr.
out
James,
there. I will filter you out here if you don't work with me. It's nothing personal. My job is to decrease the noise and increase the signal. So if you want to help me do that, you can try to figure out what my instructions are. Can anybody tell me what I said?
Yeah, we should listen more and focus on the subject.
Listening helps. Yeah.
This is another subject.
I wanted you to hear, Kawasaki, that it's my job to filter out noise.
I I kind of can I start over here again.
Not art over.
I kind of summarize.
You're interrupting. See, one person
Oh,
at
I'm
a
sorry, I
one
didn't.
person at a time. I think Kawasaki was summarizing me. I don't know because he didn't follow my instructions and say his name. So there's still a lot of noise, and it's fine. I'll tolerate it up to a point. You know, I like having you guys all on the stage, but it might become pretty irritating. I don't know how it is for you. How is it for you that you can like not finding a way in?
I think it's not good. It can become quite annoying if you're trying to say something.
Yeah.
Another person takes on a role
Yeah.
in the middle of it.
So,
Vic, and
go ahead, Vic.
I wanted to Vic, and I wanted to summarize what you said. Your basic objective in the class is to get the noise down, get the things that are annoying to the fluency on the conversation, and break the signal, the important information that we should communicate within each other or learn. And I think that it's it's really great that you give us this opportunity of helping us having these conversations in which there's kind of someone in the middle making sure that we don't just go bananas and interrupt each other. So thank you in that way.
Great. You got me, Vic. So now that you got me, you have the floor. You understood me. Now separate from me, check with yourself. Think about what you want to say and speak to the whole group.
Yeah, I wanted to add that when you're learning a language, there's a part that it's just getting to know it. Like being able to type fast, as you said, or knowing the grammatics or the orthography. But there's a point in which it's not only about how much you know, it's about how do you express it. Confidence and how much do you trust in yourself, do you trust yourself, is a really important point when you're learning. And as I think Kizikov said, he might know how to type fast, he might know he might know the language, but if you're confident enough to go on and speak fluently, you're gonna run into this issue in which you're bottlenecked by your confidence. And to get your confidence higher sometimes is to trust yourself, to practice, as Miss Moni said. So yeah, as Miss Moni said, practice makes perfect, and speaking is the only way to practice speaking if you want to get more confidence.
Mr. James.
Name.
Tango, Tango. My name is Tango.
Tango.
Okay. Can I ask one question?
You have the floor, Tango. Yes. Yes.
Mr. James, you every day in the rooms there.
No. Sunday, once a week.
Oh, once a week. Okay. Thank you.
I'm putting the link to my Sunday event in the chat. You can click on interested, you'll get a reminder every week.
Hello, sir.
You have chat? Sorry, you have chat.
Name?
Tango. Mr. James, you have a private chance chat, other chat,
Yeah.
where learning English,
Yeah.
and have a channel, YouTube channel.
Yeah. So go to my teacher student space in the group. It's in the chat. James Green's the joining game. Click on that. You can talk to me there. That's my channel in the server. And you can scroll up and you'll see link to my YouTube.
Yes, yes. How search in YouTube channel? Can you send me names?
No,
Channel?
I just told you.
Yeah.
I just told you. You click on link in the chat, which is James Green's The Joining Game. Go there.
Yes, yes.
That's where my YouTube link is. My YouTube videos are posted there.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I understand, understand.
Good.
That's good.
Hello?
Mr. James. So, I'm interesting. You, where are you from? Sorry, that's question.
Do you see my name? It says on the screen, James Green, United States.
He's
United
from the
States. Yeah.
US.
And I want to
US.
suggest,
Yeah, yeah.
I want to make a recommendation that all of you put where you're from in your name. You can change your nickname in the group, and I suggest you do that. You don't have to, but it'll make it easier for us to connect, to know quickly where each of us is from. Would you like to try that, Tengo? Do you know how to change your nickname?
Yeah. No, that's my nickname. Well, that's my name, real name.
Yeah, but do you know how to add your country?
I'm oh sorry, what? Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You don't understand. But for everybody, you might want to put your name, your country name in your name. You don't have to.
Hey James. Hey James, I
Name.
have a question.
No,
I'm
no,
Kawasaki.
no. Hey, James, tell me your name.
Kawasaki.
Okay.
Is today your birthday, isn't it?
Do you think today is my?
Happy
Do you think today is my birthday?
birthday.
Kawasaki.
I don't know.
Kawasaki.
Someone in the
Focus, Kawasaki.
in
Kawasaki, focus.
yeah,
Yes
yeah.
or
It's in.
focus. Yes or
Mm,
yes or no.
uh,
Do you think today is my birthday?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
don't know. Okay.
Someone told me in the chat. He told me because you are in his room and you have the mic, you can tell him happy birthday.
I can do lots of things.
Hello, James.
Birthday though. Yeah, James.
Hello.
When's your
Hey
birthday?
Neko, hello.
Hello. Oh, James, when's your birthday?
Nico, I moved you
And
into
James, for real, man, I respect you.
and Kawasaki. I moved you into the audience.
Hello, James. I'm Pinky.
Nothing personal. I'm not nothing personal. But if you comes with me, it's kind of too noisy. It's a little too noisy. So just bring it down just a little bit. Also, I see some of you may have changed your name completely to your country. That wasn't my suggestion. Turkey. Do you want us to call you Turkey, or is that your country?
Yes, sir. I'm Turkey.
Yeah.
No.
But
My name is Turkey, and I'm from Bangladesh.
oh, my mistake.
Sorry for interrupting you, sir. So I have some question, and I really do appreciate it that you are giving us your valuable time for free, and I really appreciate it. And my question is, like, I'm suffering with my accent because it doesn't sound so good. Whenever I talk with my accent, everyone keep guessing like I'm from India, or you know you know what I mean.
Well,
Like they tell me that I'm from India or what. So what can I do to improve my accent?
yeah, you're not suffering from your accent. You're suffering from your thoughts.
Okay, sir. Maybe I'm overthinking.
Turkey, you're not suffering from your accent. You're suffering from your thoughts. I don't know what your thoughts are, and I don't know what people are saying to you.
Yeah, sure, sir.
When people say, for example, "Oh, you sound like you're from Bangladesh," why do you suffer?
No. They don't tell me that. They always told me that I'm from India, and it's kinda irritates me because I'm from Bangladesh, but they keep guessing that I'm from India because my accent is so similar to Indian people.
Turkey. When I lived in Japan,
Yes, sir.
people would ask me a question, can I use chopsticks? So let me ask you that question, Turkey. Can you use chopsticks?
No, I can't.
Now, does it bother you that I asked you if you can use chopsticks?
Nope.
Are you irritated that I asked you the question, can you use chopsticks?
Not really.
Yeah, not really. But I would get very angry. How dare you ask me if I can use chopsticks? What do you think I am, an idiot?
Maybe.
Turkey. We get irritated because we have our own personal experience. Why are you irritated that people think you're from India? They don't know where you're from.
Yeah, I get it. I got my answer, sir. Thank you.
Good.
I want to add to Turkey's
Vic.
concept, if possible. The concept, like, I also get the idea of being feeling annoyed by people who are angry, who get like who ask these questions about like, oh, you're from India, or oh, can you use chopsticks? And I get it. I have sometimes been asked from being from different nationalities, quite diverse. But at some point, you realize that, as Jim said, it's in your head, and sometimes it's even an advantage as you are mysterious and you can take advantage in the sense that they really don't know where you are and you're more mysterious. And once they discover that they were wrong, you might even impress them, which sometimes is a great tool.
I'm Sprite, and wait, could you explain it in a
Yeah.
better way? I didn't quite get it.
Yeah, like let's say that they think that you're Indian. They say, "Hey, are you Indian or so?" You can go and ask them like, "Do you really think I'm Indian? I'm Indian?" And make a bit of small talk about how they really consider that you might be Indian, and then you show them, "Hey, I'm not only not Indian, but say I also have an amazing English level, which I do think that you have quite a good one." So it's an advantage that you can take. It's something that you can take advantage of if your objective is to learn English, as you might have people who might be willing to teach you just because they think that um you might be Indian or not. And obviously, there's gonna be some people who are, with all due respect, idiots who might say this, who might mean it in a bad way. But if you take it and you say, "Hey, that's not doesn't need to be bad," at some point doesn't it just it just doesn't need to affect you. Though
Yeah,
obviously
I
we're
mean,
humans.
you just gotta read the room. Like you gotta have an intuition. Yeah,
I
some
think
people are
this
like,
is
sorry, please don't interrupt.
No, Sprite. James is gonna kill you. You didn't say your
I
name.
think this is something that must be associated with uh, touching, stereotypes, right? A lot. There's a lot of that in these kind of things. What do you think?
Tokor, mute if you're not talking.
Are you guys finished? Can I speak up?
Name.
I'm Turkey again.
Go.
And I also had a thought that does grammar really matter in English? Because as a native speaker, I guess you don't need to learn or learn grammar step by step. But English is my third language, so in my country, they really prioritize grammar for speaking English. But I skipped grammar classes, and I kinda suffering from that. So, do you think that grammar is important in English? Important in English? Sorry.
Turkey, who are you asking?
I'm asking you, sir.
Okay.
I'm asking for your opinion.
Okay. I'll tell you my opinion. Grammar is very important and an excellent way to study. I wouldn't only study grammar, but I would suggest making grammar study a strong part of your study plan. I recommend 2 books, or really 1 book, English Grammar in Use by Cambridge. There's a red book and a blue book, red book for beginners, blue book for intermediate students. And I think it's an excellent way to study grammar. It'll give you example sentences, it'll give you exercises and some explanations for how the grammar works. But if you only study grammar, you probably get pretty bored. So don't just study grammar. Do some other things like this, immersive conversation, watch some TV. So some active activity, some passive activity. Vocabulary notebook is great. Um, reading is great. Whatever level you are, you can do some reading. So do a variety of activities, but include grammar in that list of activities. Is that good enough, Turkey?
Yes, sir. And I also have a question. I can't mark myself. Am I a beginner or I'm on an intermediate level? As like you hear my English, right? So can you tell me, am I a beginner or I'm on an intermediate level?
Just talking to you briefly, I think you're an intermediate student. B1
Thanks, sir.
or B2. You're welcome.
Thanks, sir. That's a relief, sir. I'm finished.
I am Mateus, and I would like to know what should I do to get a good score in a English test level like TOEFL.
I'm sorry, say that again. You want to take a test to know your level?
Yeah, I would like to know what should I do to get a good score to know my level, and what should I do to study and take a good score.
I'm sorry, but those are two different goals. Getting a good score and knowing your score, two different goals. So, and you need to go about them differently. If you want to know your level, you can take some tests. There are free tests online. Just do a Google search for a test. You can nowadays with ChatGPT, you can write to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to assess your level. Every time I talk about ChatGPT, invariably somebody comes forward and says, "No, don't listen to James. Don't go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can be wrong." I'm a little cynical about that. I think ChatGPT is not used enough. I think you can use ChatGPT more and more. I want to see more people using ChatGPT and talking about the way in that they're using ChatGPT to practice, because I think the potential is very great. But if you don't like ChatGPT, that's fine. There are online tests that you can take to give you a general assessment of your level. Take a test. Sign up for a test. Hold on. This is just the first.
Yeah.
This is just the first part of my answer, because remember, there's two goals here. One is knowing the level. The second is improving the level. So once you know your level, and if you want, I can tell you your level pretty accurately if you just talk for more than 1 minute. Once you know your level, you can improve. That's a little that's harder, right? Knowing your level and improving your level. Improving your level is much harder. If you're just going for the if you're just going for the test, you can do your test prep. But improving. Pardon me. I know you want to speak, but I have to. If you want a real answer, I need to be able to speak. Improving your level is a matter of doing all the things I just said. I don't know if you heard what I just said. Immersive conversations, vocabulary notebook, working with a grammar textbook, watching movies, working with ChatGPT, taking a class with a live teacher. Are you doing all of those things? Because that's what you need to do to improve, to get a better score on your standardized test.
Oh yeah, I try to do those things, and I am studying a lot and trying to read a lot and watching videos in YouTube. And also I did before some tests, but like I asked Chat GPT to see my level, and it told me something like, you are C2, but of course I'm not C2. I think that I am beyond, and some tests that I did tell me that I am B2. Another one tell me that I am C1. So I'm really confused.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So you may not get the completely accurate answer, right? It may be between two. It's like B1 or B2, B2 or C1, C1 or C2. Yeah, often there will be some fluctuation of level. It's not an exact science like math science. But I agree, you're not C2. I don't think.
James, can I ask you a question?
1 second, you can. But let me just finish with him. You're not C2. You're probably B2 or C1, Matthias. But
okay.
But if you get an answer that you don't believe from ChatGPT, ChatGPT is pretty good if you interrogate it, and you write more. Based on the input, I know it's going to adjust its assessment. Go ahead, Poofy.
My question is, how can I improve my writing? Like my writing is sucks. I try to improve my writing, but whenever I try, I mistake in spelling or writing. So, what should I do for my writing,
Yeah,
like English writing?
writing is
I'm struggling for this.
like speaking. You can improve it by practicing it. Do you type?
Yeah. No, I don't type that much. Like, I just talk with people.
Well, then start typing. I don't know if you mean writing with a pen, because that's also going to be a different skill, right?
Mm-hmm.
You learn how to write with a pen differently than you learn how to type with a computer. Both are considered writing, but they're two different skills. Yeah?
Yeah, but for me, right now, I'm in right now 11th standard in college in my country, so I have to write first of all.
Yeah,
In
but
my all exam is
Poofy,
paper based.
you didn't clarify what kind of writing you need to do.
Oh, I need like a educational, like in my
Poofy,
in my
with
institution.
a pen or with a keyboard?
With a pen. Sorry, my bad.
Let him answer. With a pen. Okay. So if you need to write with
with the pen.
If you need to learn how to write with a pen, you start with, I don't know what your level of writing is now. Are you able to write the alphabet?
Yeah, I'm able. Like,
are you able to write?
Are
you able to write a sentence?
Yeah, I am able to write a sentence, but when I try to make a big sentence, I mistake spelling. Like I messed up that stuff. Like my vocab is very bad.
No. Well, spelling is not vocabulary. Spelling is spelling.
No. Whenever I spell, I just mistake in like example like cat. If I is spelling the cat CAT cat, then I just say like COT. Like it's example. Mistake so much in writing. So what should I do? Also, I want to add another thing, like which is a grammar. Is that a very important?
I already answered that question. So, yes.
Tuki again, sorry for interruption. Can I add some answer to his question?
Go on.
Hello, James, sir. Do I have the permission to speak up?
Let me take a step back. Would that be okay?
Okay, sir. So, Poofy, if you want to, if you wanna improve your spelling, like, do spell it like specifically. Like my name is Turki. Okay, so divide it into the phrase like tour and key. So my name is two part. Okay, so I'm taking my name as the explanation. So like pronounce it tour. Tour means you can spell it with TUR tour, then KY key. Okay, so that's how you can improve your spelling. From my perspective, I'm not sure. It's my personal opinion.
That is also good.
Yeah. So you can try the trick out. And James, sir, I have a question. Like you were saying that I am on a level of B2. So how does the rank work? Like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. That's how it's work. I'm kind of confused. How does the rank work? Or does anyone know that how does the rank works?
And I do think I understand what the ranks work, and yes, you're right, kind of. There is a rank that it's A1, A2, B1, B2, and there's normally a complexity in B2, in which you have B2 point 1 and B2.2, in which B2.2 is B2 like the normal B2, and the other one is like the preparation to it. or not basically. And then you have C1, C2. C2 is supposed to be proficiency. But normally there's other types of studies or that you can get in English into specific camps, like laws or policemen, in which you have a specific vocabulary and a specific terms that you need to know for the type of work that you're doing.
Okay. And I also want to add an answer to Pufi's question that you can use, you can, before writing on paper, pen and paper, you can use keyboard typing. You can use multiple, there's so many keyboards with auto correction. You can use Google keyboard or like any other keyboard. Every keyboard does have the option for auto correction. You can use it. That will help you as far as I believe.
Okay, yeah,
Hello,
I
guys.
got you.
Yeah,
I have
bro.
a question in my head. Can I ask?
Uh,
Hmm?
it's Safullah.
Yes, Cephala.
And I want to say today I learned a lot of things like how to start conversation, how to improve fluency, and how to improve accent. But my question is, let's suppose I'm a beginner. I am, but what will be the proper roadmap for me to learn English? Like how much I need to focus on grammar, focus on accent, focus on speaking. What will be the roadmap for me if you want to share?
Hello, Turkey again. So, like you're saying, and James already answered the question with the accent. So, different people have different accent. Like I do have a Indian accent, and James has a American accent. So, accent, you don't need to get bothered by the accent. You just need to speak up and express your feelings. That's the mean. And what was your other question?
No, I'm saying like what will be the proper roadmap for me to learn English, not accent. I say that I
Uh,
learned how to improve accent, how to improve uh, English, but what will be the proper roadmap for me to make me clear? That's what I'm going to do.
Sheesh.
Just a
Yeah?
simple question. You buy a course or just get a teacher. They'll guide you. Just
Course.
get a
Hey,
mentor.
James.
Barbara, sure, you saying something?
James.
I'm James, yes.
He's also.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm also
you're
James.
also James. Great. Go ahead, James.
I just want to tell you something that actually I think you're a great teacher, man.
I agree. I think I'm a great teacher.
Ego.
Yeah, real. You are a really great teacher.
Ego, actually, I'm not afraid of
I
ego.
love you, man.
Ego is just, for me, ego is just a synonym for self. And I think it's okay to have a healthy, confident sense of yourself. Not to be arrogant,
Yeah.
but to be confident and secure in yourself is healthy.
So like
Yeah, like
self
Cristiano Ronaldo.
respect,
Self-respect,
like self respect.
self-respect, and
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo also
self-awareness, right? So there's
does
humility.
this.
There is humility. It's good to have some humility. I like to have humility in my learning, right? There's lots of things I don't know, even as a teacher. That's okay. I did a class. I'll just tell you. I did a class on gender in the politics server, and there's many people who are very intelligent there, smarter than me, experts on gender. But I did a class on gender as it's not my field, and they said, "How can you say that? Who are you to talk about this?" And I said, "I'm nobody. I just somebody with an opinion." And they said, "You can't."
Oh
You say
man.
you can't do that. You can't do that. I said, "But I am. That's exactly what I'm doing." And then they went away. Um,
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's
You can be, you can, if you know yourself and you are confident, then you can be honest and humble and say it's okay to not know something and to not be good at something and still feel that you have a right to an opinion or to learn it or to do it.
Hello, James. It's Arch over here. I don't know whether like I'll not jump on the same conversation, but I just wanted to know if you saw the initiative that I took. I just shared a poll about common topics that people are interested about, and I thought like it would be interesting if we switch the topic from learning language because it's like the same questions gets over and over again. So that's why I created the poll, and I found the most people, like 22%, 22 people that voted for the poll, they were interested in psychology, and the second majority was interested in hobbies, and the third majority was like interested in personal growth. So these are the main topics that people voted for.
I
Anyways,
want to tell you something about that. I respect your initiative to take a poll about what other people think. It can be very valuable. I just want to make sure you don't forget yourself because ultimately it's going to come down to you, and you don't want to forget where you stand because you may be alone. There are times when we are alone. Like the group may say 99% they want to talk about how to learn a language. And that's great and that's fine. There may be one person who doesn't want to talk about how to learn a language. You may want to talk about the history, the history of Greece. Like I'm interested in the history of Greece. And I want to make space for everybody. We don't only have to talk about language. It's going to be harder, right? If you're just alone and you bring something in and nobody else is interested, it's going to be harder. I'm still going to make an effort to make room for you though. So do your poll, look at what the general attitude is, but then figure out for yourself what do you want to talk about and bring it in, and we'll negotiate. There are steps to negotiating, but you can be in the minority. Don't be afraid to be in the minority if your interest doesn't match the interest of the group. It may just mean that you have to postpone a little bit. Can somebody tell me what I
well,
said? Start over. Would you tell me what I
Yeah,
said?
I'm surprised.
yeah, I can, I want to answer you actually.
I'm
So
sorry, October, but I said I was actually gonna answer him.
Yeah, Sprite,
Do you
hold on.
wanna go ahead before
Sprite,
me?
Sprite, hold on, because this is Art Over's concern. So let Art Over
Yeah,
respond.
yeah, I'm just asking him.
so So you said, Mr. James, that I need to know where I'm sent. Actually, like I totally agree with you. If I'm in minority, it's like to be fine. And I don't mind if the majority is like oppose me or like, they think differently or they want to talk about something different. I just wanted to know
I
where I
love you,
stand
Jay.
by creating the poll. And I asked them actually to suggest topics so that I know where it's heading and to know if like, to be interested for me to say. That's it.
I'm sorry, Art Over, but I still don't think I got a clear answer from you. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I am interested in the things that I listed. I'm interested in many things, but I just want, like, I felt like it's getting boring because, like, the questions is like getting over and over, like,
Art Over,
repeating, like the same kind of thing. That's
you
the thing.
you you don't realize how you are helping to create the boredom, though. That's the thing. And if you notice, see, when I ask you what you want to talk about, you don't talk about it. You go back to complaining. No offense, right? If you go back to complaining that you don't like to talk about English learning, that's you don't realize this, but that's going to bring the group back to talking about English learning. So if you really want to break out of the cycle, the circle, the repetitiveness, you'd need to find your energy to find what you're interested in. And you are dropping yourself. I say, what do you want to talk about? You say, history, but the but is like a self interruption. You haven't yet, you haven't yet gotten motivated enough to talk about what you're really interested in, and I don't know what that will take. Can you tell me what I said, Ardover?
You said that I don't have clear answer about the thing that I'm interested in, and I actually answered you that the things that I'm interested in are like,
No, you
psychology
didn't get
and
me.
hobby.
No, you didn't get me. You're arguing with me, and it's fine. You don't yet hear me, and I don't want to push on you too hard. But what I want you to hear is you can talk about what you're interested in, and that will alleviate your boredom. But you haven't yet started, so it's hard to start something new when a group has energy in one direction. It's hard to step out of that. We kind of are pulled along by the energy of the group.
Hello, I'm Vic. Can I summarize what you said?
Hey, James.
Oh, sorry.
I think Sprite wanted to say something.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'm Sprite, but I wanted to talk about a topic different.
Excuse me, you wanted to what?
I want to ask a question related to something else. So I'm just asking the group if it is okay to switch the topic.
Let's do a poll. Ready to change topics?
James.
1 second, one thing at a time. We're going to go with Sprite's.
What?
We're going to go with Sprite. Let me just write the poll. Are you ready to change topics? Yes or no?
Cheese, my burgers.
Gosh, you hungry?
It's 2
Share
Kevin. Sorry
some.
for interruption.
Share some,
Hello,
please.
James.
So, Sprite, you got your answer. There's 12 yeses. Go for it, Sprite.
Like, for example, let's say you're in a political debate in a politics server. How do you get an upper hand in debate to get your voice on the top?
Who are you asking? Sprite, who are you asking?
Yeah, like to you as well as the group. If anyone wants to jump in.
Great.
Hello, I'm Vic, and I have a bit of experience about debating to people especially in Discord. And there's a few strategies that you can use to get an upper hand in a debate. The first thing you need to know is that there's 2 parts in a debate. The first one is to know the topic, to have good arguments, to have reasons, and the second one is rhetorics.
Sorry, what is the second one?
The second one is it's rhetorics. Rhetoric.
Could you type it?
Yeah. Rhetoric is the art or the discipline of using your speech in a way that gets a result. For example, politicians use rhetoric to convince people of what they want. Now, when you want to get an upper hand, you need to the best thing you can do is know about the topic, have knowledge about it, and have arguments, and then you need to learn how to make them. If you use some words that sound cool, like saying, "my amazing idea," and at the same time you say, "and the not so great idea," and you add these adjectives or you use sentences that imply, that say how the opposite is probably dumb or the opposite is not as good, you can use those strategies to get an upper hand. These strategies are normally considered bad faith, and if possible, I would recommend you to not do them. But if your only objective is to win the debate, to get an upper hand, your biggest advantage is to use all the things you have all the things you can. First, know the topic, make an argument, and then take advantage of human psychology to win the debate. Those are the basics for getting an upper hand in a debate, especially if you don't care about good
Once
faith.
again, like by psychology, what you mean exactly?
Humans, if you tell them, like, if let's say I'm debating with you about if potatoes are a good food, and I am in favor of saying potatoes are a good food, and I say, here we are, and I'm gonna explain why the amazing food of potatoes and its amazing flavor is so incredible it will help you, and here you are. And when I contradict you, I say, and here's the other person who alleges that potatoes may be bad or because of these reasons, by saying you allege or you may, and at the same time saying how amazing and how incredible and how outstanding potatoes are. Even though I'm not making an argument, I am making the people feel as if what I'm saying is better. And the other one looks as if they were, just making hypotheses, just making theories, you know?
I'm really sorry, but I didn't trying to point out exactly, even now.
Sprite, would you try something? Would you try saying what you understood?
Okay. So I just understood like he's saying like you had to like understand the psychic of the other person and like win the debate mentally, and like you need to have intuition about the topic before jumping in. So that's the only part I understood from his conversation so far.
Check with him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
The thing is that rhetoric is really complex. That's
So,
a problem.
Sprite, you did understand what he was saying.
Yeah, but like I didn't understand his example there. When he was given an example, I didn't understand what was the example exactly about. I didn't understand his concept there.
Okay, again, is everyone finished? Can I ask something?
Well, no. See, we're in a moment.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
We're in a bit of a in-between space. So do you want to drop Sprite? Because Sprite is saying, I couldn't understand. Could you help me understand? Turkey, do you want to drop it when people are trying to get help?
So sorry for my interruption, but I heard that Sprite understood the topic. So sorry for my interruption.
Yeah, it's okay. I just want to point out that that's we have a little bit of a dilemma, right? If we say, "Hey, help, I don't understand what you're talking about," and then we just move on and push them aside, it'll create it'll make it harder for people to understand. So how do we want to manage when somebody says, "I didn't know what he said"? One thing you could do is maybe somebody else understood the example and could say it in their own words. Maybe that'll bring some clarity for Sprite and for all of us.
Joanne here. Could I attempt to better
please
convey rhetoric? For context, how you get the upper hand in a debate is generally along the lines of what Vec explained, and a lot of people use bad faith arguments, although it depends what type of debate you're in, because there's different controlled environments where something is more acceptable than the other. But rhetoric specifically is meant to be an inspiring, emotionally engaging argument that you push forward. You don't have to be making a scientific claim. You're just like trying to get people to feel passionate about what you're speaking. It doesn't matter if they agree with you or not, because the main point is that they side with you, ignorant or otherwise. A common example for this is a lot of lawyers will make emotional arguments to sway the jury. So even if the person that they're defending has done some terrible things, they might make a rhetoric argument about like framing this person as like this young man with a bright future ahead of him, studying this thing, etc. And like the only son of this family. And like, sure, all of those things are true. That doesn't negate the crime, but it's a rhetoric argument to convince people to emotionally bond with him and support him. Does that help explain it better? Like, you're basically just trying to make people feel like they want to agree with you.
Oh, like it's kind of best way to
Huh? Kind of what?
like kind of like persuading
Oh,
someone to
persuading.
believe into
Yeah.
something.
Yes. Like, even though when you say just the facts, for example, okay, 23-year-old suspect murdered 25-year-old suspect, etc. When you just hear that, you'd be like, well, that's wrong. But then a lawyer makes an argument, and it's like, oh, this medical student, the only son of the family, he works overtime to feed his poor sickly mother, etc. That makes you more likely to have pity on the person. That's a rhetoric argument, and that's engaging you emotionally. Yeah?
Vic, and I want to say that it's not only in bad faith. Rhetorics can also be used to give more importance to your points if you're talking about how cancer is dangerous. And you want to show statistics about how 10 out of, 7 out of 10 children die. And instead of saying, hey, 7 out of 10, 10 children die, you could say, hey, imagine you're in a town and 100 children are there. And they are walking through the street and all of them get cancer. Only 30 of them would be able to survive. All the others would die. And all their families and the people who know them would have to suffer through that. You're not lying or engaging in bad faith, but you're making sure that people understand the importance of the statistic that you're showing. As sometimes
Yeah.
humans see more. If I tell you, hey, 70 children die, you're gonna care more than if I tell you there's 100 children and there's a 30% survival rate. It's the same thing. It's just rhetorics help you make your arguments better, in bad and in good faith.
Generally speaking, in many contexts.
Hold on,
of a
Joanne.
debate-
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sprite. So you got an answer from Joanne and from Vic. Did you get an answer to your question?
So I didn't quite understand the example that Vic gave about potatoes, but they jumped into like
I'm
explaining
sorry.
something totally different.
I see. So you see, you're not getting an answer to the question you asked. You're getting an answer to something else. So if you want to get an answer to what you asked, you'll need to speak up. You can't. You're just basically sitting back while they give you the wrong answer. Do you know what is stopping you from letting them know that?
Well, I wasn't quite sure. Like when she started speaking, I thought she might address it later, but she kept on going, and
Now,
I didn't want to interrupt in the middle.
I see.
I was gonna bring it up, but Vic jumped into the argument
I
with her
see.
as well.
Well,
At the same time.
I don't know
May
what.
I ask Sprite a
Hold
question?
on, Joanne. I also don't know what you're wanting clarity on. The example. What example?
So Vic was given an example with potato. I didn't quite get like what he was trying
You're
to tell
saying a
me.
word that I don't understand. Potato. An example of
Potato, yeah.
potato.
Yeah.
Vic, did you give an example about with using potatoes?
I did, James.
Oh.
I said that if I'm arguing with you about potatoes and I defend one side, and I use an argument, and I explained like the argument, that like trying to show like the difference in rhetorics, like how I said the amazing potatoes and how outstanding they are, like how giving these adjectives that say like these good adjectives like amazing and incredible, you can persuade people into following you, and if at the same time you say that the other people are just alleging or making hypotheses, you can also sway them what people think without making an argument. And the example was in the case of are potatoes good or bad?
So you did give just a description of rhetoric, saying that if you talk about potatoes in a neutral way, you're not using rhetoric, and if you're using certain adjectives or ways of describing it in a very positive way, you're using rhetoric to persuade your audience. Did I get you, Vic?
For example,
Vic, did I understand you?
Yeah, I said yes, for example. Yeah, that's an example of rhetoric. Yeah, I said like
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
that's an example. Yeah.
So, Sprite, is
Uh,
that clearer now?
Yeah, it's more clear now.
Okay. So these kinds of things can happen if we're just kind of not checking in with what we're with the person we're talking to about whether our answers are a response to what they're saying. And it can lead to all kinds of it'll take us away. Not a horrible thing. We have an hour left. Back to you, back to the group, wherever you want to go.
Yeah,
Can I speak
Mehrab
up
here.
now?
Name.
Mehrab here.
Mehrab, go ahead.
Okay, Turkey, go ahead. You say you
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
I know you was waiting patiently. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I'm Turkey again. So just to add an answer to Sprite question, if you want to know what does what was the wait what does
Rhetoric.
rhetoric mean, you can just Google it. There is a clear definition of it. Like the rhetoric is the art of persuasion. It is one of the three ancient arts of discourage. So there is a uh, full what definition of rhetoric. You can search it up on Google for a clear definition of the answer. And if I jump back to the art over question, that he was kind of getting bored by the same question or say, by the same topic that everyone is asking for the language or the grammar or the writing. So correct me if I'm wrong. It's an English class, so it's kind of normal that everyone going to ask you the question about the language. How can he improve his fluency, grammar, vocabulary? So I see if I see that Artover is not here. So if he was there, my answer to his question will be uh, that if he want to talk into other topics, he can join to the other VCs. But if, this is a English class, so if anyone ask uh, about the English language or his grammar, it's quite bit normal to me. So I don't know, he's not there, so I can't argue with him with on
May
that
I?
topic.
Turkey, hold on a second. I'ma just address you. So, like, when you were talking about the term, like, a word can have multiple meanings. So, I didn't quite get like what Vic meant in that context particularly. So, I just wanted to clarify. Yeah, please go ahead with your conversation.
Did you get my first topic with the rhetoric word?
Yeah, I'm telling it could have multiple contexts. So, I didn't quite know what he
Rhetoric.
meant exactly.
Yeah, so you get my first answer. So my second topic was that the Artover started the uh, Artover started the discussion about the topic, or that's where the topic came from of rhetoric. Uh, so my answer to our question is, if he wants to speak in different context or different subject, he can switch VCs. So this is a English class. So anyone asking about the language or about his fluency, it's quite bit normal. So don't get bothered by the same question, because everyone has his own problem with his perspective or his language. So
May I?
that's my question. I'm not sure.
And
I'm slaughtering too much. I'm not sure if everyone getting my perspective or my point of view. We
I
can you admit?
personally didn't understand the question you were asking. Would you be able to rephrase it, if possible?
I'm not asking any question.
Oh.
I'm just adding answer to the person that left
yeah,
the chat. That the person named was Artover. that he asked James to change the topic into
May I
different
summarize it, Turkey?
conversations. You get it,
Would you
Johnny?
like me to sum?
You said, this is my question. I was confused. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, Merab, go on. I'm finished with my answer.
Yeah, I want to summarize you, Turkey. I heard that you was talking. You don't want to change the topic. You think that this is a class for English, and you think that everybody else that wants to talk about something else, uh, they should go to another voice channels. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my answer. Yeah, that was my answer. To
Mm-hmm.
Artover, he left the voice chat.
Mm-hmm. Great, great. I understand that when you want to talk about a topic that someone else is disagree with it, so uh, it's understandable that we do not want to change the topic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the voice chat named as English as an English class. So that's normal that everyone going to ask you the about the English language or something. It's not there's not going on any gossiping or like something else. So that was my answer. Yeah, you get it, Mehrab. Thanks for summarizing my speech.
of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone else?
Um, in regards to the topic thing, I personally think it depends on how you approach the mechanics of this class as a whole. It is an English class, yes, but the main point, and I think what James strives more is conversationalism. So, getting people used to just the natural, healthy flow of conversation without the language barrier in between. James' classes aren't primarily focused on grammar or syntax or teaching conjugations to new learners. It can be involved, but from my experience so far, that isn't the primary point. The primary point is getting people used to practicing their conversational skills and connecting with others. When you consider the joining game from that point of view, people asking to change the topic because they want to practice their conversational skills and to learn what other wisdom James has to offer in regards to um, listening and connecting with others on that level, it can make sense that people want to explore new topics because talking about the same topic for an hour or two can, especially if you're going around in circles with the same questions and responses, be a moot point for those people that are trying to get into the flow of the conversation. So I don't exactly agree, but I also do see your point.
Okay, I'm Truki again. Okay, so like you're saying that like I think I didn't cleared my position rightly or correctly.
Turkey,
So
Turkey.
yes, sir. Yes,
Before
sir.
before you give a rebuttal, can you summarize Joanne?
Yeah. I'm giving answer to. Oh, okay. Before you asked me to summarize Jayan.
Yes.
Okay. So I was telling that English classes means only English, and it has to be on the pitch of English only. But Joanne kind of agree with me, and kind of like he agreed with me. She agreed with me 50-50. And
That's all good.
like
Don't worry
and
about it.
yeah, and and my answer would be to you. My answer going to be
Turkey. You're giving an answer, but I didn't hear you summarize Joanne.
sorry, I'm struggling hard.
Great. You're Turkey. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna die.
No. I'm
So
just nervous.
okay, so just breathe. Let
Okay.
let me let me summarize, Joanne, so you can see what I'm looking for.
Yes, sir.
Joanne said, "My classes are not primarily about English grammar, but also about how we talk and how we connect. And so some people are interested in getting to talk about other things than language learning in my classes."
Yes, sir. Now I have an objection to that.
You cannot bring in your
To
objection. I object to your objection because it is funny, isn't it?
okay, sir. Yeah, yeah. Let
Turkey.
me explain myself.
No, I
Yes,
will
sir.
not let you explain yourself. We
Please,
you
let me explain it.
no, I won't let you explain yourself. You
Let
no.
let me give let me give an proper
I won't let you
example.
I won't let you give a proper example. No.
Poor guy,
Like,
man.
Teacher
Poor
abuse.
guy.
Breathe, Turkey, breathe. You're gonna survive. Listen. So the thing is, I block people from just giving in an objection until I confirm or they confirm that they understood what somebody said. So I want you to understand Joanne like I understand Joanne. Before you bring in the objection, before you bring in your rebuttal, before you bring in your own explanation. And now that's a little bit different. That is something that I introduce. It's called active listening, not just passive listening, but actively demonstrating understanding of what others are saying and then confirming it. It's an extra step or an extra few steps to help us bridge the misunderstandings and strengthen our ability to understand each other. You with us, Turkey, or did you die?
yeah. No, I'm alive.
Good.
Can I speak up? Speak up now?
Go ahead.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
I totally understood John's speech, but I'm not that fluent that I can summarize her speech. So as far as I get it, she was trying to say that English James Green English class first channel isn't only for uh, only English. You can bring up any topics. Am I right, Johnny?
Yes, basically.
Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to let you know that I understand your
Mhm.
uh, explanation. Now, like you said that you want to in this voice chat we can primarily talk about any other topics. So let me give you an example. Like you go to college or universities, they give you homework, like right? They give you homework and you do the homework in your house and like that like that. James in Green English class I consider it is as an English class or as like a institute. So James giving me the answer about my what about my how can I say that about my confusions. So I, I I clear my confusions, then I practice it to the other VCs. Like other VC is my home. I consider other VC as my home, and this is my institute. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm being able to express my feelings, but I'm trying to say that in English classes he's clearing out our confusions. Then we need to practice it in other VCs. That's my answer. I struggled a little much while giving the answer, but I'm not sure if you guys get me or not.
I
Yes, I
think I
get you.
understand you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
ran
Um,
out
too.
of word. Sorry,
Basically,
Jeez,
the
sorry.
great
point
man.
is that the classes that are hosted are specifically geared towards, learners and helping learners improve. So you want to see more focus on the educational stuff in the classes instead of looking for it in the VCs. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's like a question and answer ceremony to me, and I'm not sure what's the context of this English class, because I joined here for the first time, and I'm I'm literally enjoying it, and a special thanks to James for his valuable time. He's doing a great job, and yeah, that's it. I'm done.
You are
Hello.
not.
Okay.
Go ahead, Vicky.
Hello, I'm Vic, and I wanted to say that um I am that like as John said like you both are like it's just a disagreement which like what the focus of the classes are, as you both discuss within each other. But at the end of the day, as we all know, is the host the one who's entitled to and be the last word in deciding how should be the class focus. So maybe we should have asked James for like how what was the actual focus of the class
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
to mediate the problem. Yeah.
Okay. Can I
No,
summarize your week?
I mean
Oh,
I
are you
didn't
done?
say anything.
Okay.
I mean
Okay.
uh, yeah, I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
ask if I could ask a question about Greek mythology, but it's kind of out of the topic. So yeah, please make her up.
Oh, can I summarize? Are you done? Yes. You said that it's better to ask James whether we should whether we can change a topic in this class or not. And I think was it right, Vic?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Can you please help me to understand you?
Yeah, I said that they had a problem discussing within each other what is the focus of the class, and I said that James should be the one to decide what's the focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think James is the one who should decide what is the focus of this class?
Yeah.
Great. I want to explore the idea what if we do not have Mr. James in this class?
Then we wouldn't have a
Like,
class.
like what would we do? Would we
Artavar is
continue?
here.
Would we continue arguing with Turkey that no, this is a server for this? We can't talk about everything. I think we would continue to argue.
Yeah, I'm Turkey again. Artavar, are you there? Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening while you
You
are
left,
just
bro.
talking.
I started arguing with your topics, like changing topics in this VC and etc. Then I
Okay.
see that you are not here.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was your argument? I want to argue with you as well.
Like you said, everyone you are getting bored that everyone is keep asking the same question about the language. And can
Yeah,
you
that's right.
madam, can you summarize the context in short to art over what was
Yeah,
going?
Arthur, you don't have any right to change the topic, Turkey said.
No. I didn't say that.
Okay, yeah.
I said it's a English class,
Mm-hmm.
and the focus of the class should be give and take, like answer James, and he's going to answer your question, and you get the answer. Then you have to practice it into the other VCs, like we does into the classes, normal classes, user classes. So that was my personal opinion. So correct me if I'm wrong with my perspective.
Okay,
You are
Turkey, I just
wrong.
wanna like add something.
You are wrong.
I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh man, I've just
Okay.
been coming here to be a contrarian. If we're meant to actually do question and answer, I do not belong here. I've just been here to disagree with every single thing that
Exactly.
James says.
Sorry. My bad.
I,
Hey, James, sir, please give us the clarity.
I'm trying, but you
Like,
won't stop talking. How can I give you any clarity if you won't stop talking?
sorry. I'm done.
No,
So,
no, no, don't ask him for clarity. Let him
Turkey.
eat.
so
Yeah, whatever. Go on.
Turkey, shut up.
Oh,
The,
Man, don't shout, please.
so asking teacher questions, totally reasonable. I love answering questions. I'll answer questions all day. However, I want you to develop your own ability to answer your own questions. You may think, why? I'm a student. How can I answer my own questions? A lot of the questions that you ask are not questions that require technical specialist knowledge. Instead, they require you to think a little bit. And you can become over dependent on a teacher if you don't do a little bit of thinking. My sense, I don't know the schools that people on Discord are studying in their home country, but there's probably a strong preference for following the teacher very closely, and that is useful up to a point, and then it becomes an obstacle. So it feels often like an obstacle. I like to give instructions, but you'll see people don't follow my instructions, and then they want something else from me. Like you're saying, you imagine this, ask the teacher a question, the teacher answers. That's not going to go very far. I want you to learn how to talk to each other. There's plenty of knowledge in the group. You can get knowledge from others, but really, there's a process of thinking for yourself and using the knowledge you have already to talk to each other. It's not an interview of the teacher, it's not an interview of another student. I find that dynamic fine in certain contexts. It's not the joining game dynamic. And I'm going to read some of the comments in chat. Thirsty Michael says, the answer to the question is what you do, guys. Usually do in the other voice channels. Talk about anything that comes to mind. Americans are very lenient. As long as you get your point across, we're pretty nice. Americans are casual, but I want to say this is not something that I do because I'm American. There's plenty of American teachers who do not do this style, who don't even know what this style is. So this is the joining game. It's a specific activity. I don't think it's because I'm American at all, but you can make up your own mind. Strong independent students, good. I want you to develop your critical thinking independence. As a student, Joanne says, a lot of questions you ask don't require technical specialist knowledge. Shakes my head. I guess me and my bullshittery PhD will be leaving. Thank you, Joanne. Thirsty Michael, to what James is saying, barely any Americans know the first technical thing about English. Just be more confident in what you might know already. Mars says, does this teacher teach English in real life? Back to you.
Hello, I'm Vic. You spoke about how first, not every U.S. person or teacher uses the same dynamic. Then you read a bit the comments of the chat, and well, chat made them in a really quite unique tone. But I wanted to ask if I could introduce a topic um, about Greece culture, if possible. If someone
You want to ask Mr. James?
I want to
Or
ask, well, anyone who has any ideas about it, about Greek culture, about a specific thinking about Greek culture, which is the cult to the body. How in Greece they had quite a developed cult to the body. How they consider that the perfect man body, how should it be, and in which way should you what things should you do to get to there? And I wanted to ask if anyone was interested in the topic, and if so, yeah.
I'm interested in Greece mythology, but by culture, do you mean their current culture or
No,
their
yeah, I mean
historical?
the ancient Greece cult to the body. The cult to the body. I don't know if you know what it is. Merhab.
No.
The cult to
No,
the
I
body is the cult to the body is how they were like the perfect man should be this tall, should have these characteristics, and mathematically it should have these ratios and proportions. How they made this perfect body, how it should be.
hmm like describing a perfect human.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What about you, James? Do you have knowledge about the topic of the
About the
cult to
cult
the
of the
body
body in
in
ancient
ancient?
Greece?
Yes.
Well, I've never heard it called the cult of the body, but they were definitely concerned with physical health, right? They had gymnasiums. They created the first gymnasium. That's where the word comes from, to go and study and to become, all around physically healthy. But I'm not sure what your question is. What do I think about it? What do I know about it? What do
It was more of the knowledge that you had about the cult to the body is not only being healthy. Is for example, do you know this drawing of the perfect man? That it's like it has like 4 arms and 4 legs. How like the
Oh,
positions?
the Vesuvian Man?
Yes, thank you. I didn't remember its name. How
Yes,
you
the
mean
one has
by
shaped. Yes.
Leonardo da Vinci?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Um.
so Leonardo
Wait,
da,
the eighth map up the countries.
Leonardo
Yeah, I
da
think so.
Vinci
Sorry.
is the Renaissance, right? That's
Greek.
the Italian Renaissance, which is very different than ancient Greece historically. There's some thread that
Yeah, no,
connects
no.
them.
Yeah, no. What I meant is more the. Do you know these statues? How they when they made statues of ancient Greek gods, they had to be really um exactly proportionate with each other and had to show the perfectness um of the gods and how their body should be. I sorry, but I fucked up there with the Italians. Though the concept is similar.
Yeah, well, there is a relationship. I mean, the reason it's called the Renaissance is because it is a revival of those classic skills and ideas. So yeah, it does connect back the sculpture of the Renaissance in Italy. They developed alongside each other, ancient Rome and ancient Greece, but they were very heavily influenced by ancient Greece.
Do you think it was good?
Do I think it was good? I sure do.
Yeah.
It was good.
I mean, like for your health.
Huh?
I mean, like for your health. And
Well,
if so, why? If
health,
possible.
sorry, Vic, but health, the development of health or the focus on health to me is different than the focus on the arts. So I wasn't sure which you were focusing on, because the statues for me, of course they record all kinds of things, right? They're giving us a sense of the whole culture, but that's the art form. That's the artwork, right? The skill of creating sculptures and the fact that they've lasted, all of that is one thing. Why were they healthy? That's different. I'm not gonna have much to say about that, other than they were healthy. They did have a, you know. So it depends on the question we ask. Just asking me what do I think is not going to really take us very far. I'm not gonna say much more. But I love learning about ancient Greece and ancient Rome and ancient society in general. There's so much there.
Thank you.
Do you like myth? Do you like
Me?
learning about everybody? Do you like learning about mythology?
Yes, I do.
Do you know the myth of Persephone?
Persephone? No, I haven't heard about that.
I wonder if Joanne knows. Joanne, do you know the myth of Persephone?
Of course I do.
Of course you do. Can you tell it to us?
There are various ones, but the most well-known one is that she was either kidnapped by or chose to elope with Hades to the underworld as his wife, which created these current seasons we have, because her mother Demeter, who is responsible for, I do not recall the word in English. I don't recall the word in
Agriculture?
English, but like farming, crops, etc., was so upset about this that she
It's the
essentially
goddess of agriculture and fertility.
agriculture. Thank
Fertility.
you.
Fertility. That's, I think, the word you're looking for.
Yeah, fertility
I
and
like that.
agriculture was upset about this, so this caused like a constant winter situation, and ultimately they had to reach a compromise where Persephone would come up from the underworld every 6 months and stay there for every 6 months to appease both her mother and Hades, as well as because she'd eaten food from the underworld, which meant she couldn't leave forever. So this created the seasons where when she's up here, it's spring and summer, and when she goes down, it's autumn and winter. How happy she was about that depends based on which myth you're talking about.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So
Of course.
I like learning about the myths. They have a lot of the archetypes and psychology embedded in them, and it's interesting to see how subtle and insightful the psychology of the myths are. Still very relevant today to understanding human relationships.
I am currently studying Italian language and literature, and one of my courses is ancient Roman history. In fact, I should be studying for an exam I have on ancient Roman history at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So this topic is particularly relevant to me.
What is your exam on? What aspect of ancient Roman history?
Currently we are after the Punic Wars. I'm studying the second triumvirate. I am studying imperial Rome, specific emperors, and in order. I'll have to remember Tiberius.
Can you tell people what the Punic Wars were?
Etc. No, I cannot. This is my lowest scoring exam.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Punic Wars were the wars between Carthage in North Africa and Rome?
Yes. Is that the English word for it? Carthage?
Carthage is
I only know the
ancient
I only know the
city in North Africa that was at war with Rome, where the general Hannibal was from, as well as the woman leader Dido.
Yes, this is also a difficult topic because all of my classes are exclusively in Italian, so I don't know any of the leaders' names in English, as well as the countries. So I didn't know it was Carthage in English because we just use Cartaginesi. Thank you for that.
And what is the triumvirate?
As a concept or the people specifically?
ChatGPT, what was the triumvirate? In ancient Rome, the term triumvirate refers to a political alliance or power sharing arrangement between three individuals. There were two key triumvirates in Roman history. The first one was between Julius Caesar, Pompey the Great, and Marcus Crassus. And the alliance was to bypass the Senate and dominate Roman politics. And there was a downfall. And then there was a second triumvirate between Augustus, Mark Antony, and Marcus Lepidus. So some kind of legal alliance. I won't go into more detail. I love this kind of stuff though, and if you want to talk more about it, we can.
Do you want to body double me while I study for this?
Sorry, can I ask Joanne? Can I ask something, Joanne, about what she's studying?
Yes.
Joanne, who's the best or most important figure that you're studying right now for your exam, and why?
We are not focusing on one particular leader because we are approaching history from a general standpoint, although we are studying two specific figures. Let me see how you say them in English. One of them is Scylla, which I haven't studied yet, so I cannot explain why. The other one is King Jugurtha, who I also haven't studied yet, so I cannot explain why, but those will be on the exam. I'm
When was
failing
the
from
exam?
this. Huh?
When was the exam again?
Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah. May the gods prevail, help you in your exam.
Oh, we'll get by. I can help with literally any other questions regarding any other course within my curriculum, just not this one.
Do you think who do you think was the greatest conqueror, Alexander the Great or Hannibal, in terms of military strategy?
Unfortunately, due to the fact that I'm Turkish, I have to actually decline both of them and name a Turkish sultan, Ottoman Empire sultan.
Is this for real reasons? Are you being pointed at with a gun?
Pardon?
Are you being threatened at this moment by the police of Turkey? Or is it
Right now, no, but like in
no?
general. Turkish political situations are very tense, and we do have high rates of police violence, although that's there's varying reasons. Like, it's a very wide topic that would take a lot of time for me to go into detail.
What was the name of the Turkish conqueror then?
The most well known would be Fatih Sultan Selim.
Sorry for my ignorance, but what did he do?
I mean, hold on. Let me put this into English. I am not good at talking history in English. I also do not want this to be a particularly personal thing, because I don't want it to just be a discussion between the two of us, so feel free
No,
to...
I was just interested in like
Yeah.
your opinion about who did you consider the greatest. That doesn't need to I'm not gonna enter any discussion about it. I just wanted to know.
The most important thing would be that he conquered Constantinople, and that's how we received Istanbul instead. That would be the most well-known achievement that he has, historically speaking.
Oh, sorry, James, you were asking me something.
Yeah,
I
well,
couldn't
so
hear
this
correctly.
is for you and for everybody. It's just a general thing that I often say, which is, would you try answering your own questions? So if you want to,
I would. I think though I don't especially agree or not what that he did. Hannibal's not Hannibal's, but his counterpart from Rome had revolutionary thinking in which instead of thinking about how winning battles win wars, it's about winning war goals. How you don't need to defeat the other army, you need to defeat their war goals. For example, in the Punic Wars, there was New Carthage, a city in Spain that provided resources for most of Carthage. Carthage's conquers in Italy. So he, instead of attacking the Carthage's troops, he directly attacked the New Carthage to get an advantage. Apart from this, he was also a great military leader in terms of strategy.
Now, do you see how interesting that is? How much interesting opinion you had that didn't come in until you answered your own question. Do people see what I mean? Right? That's for somehow Vic was holding on to that opinion that was completely relevant to the conversation until I said, could you answer your own question?
Because I didn't want to start any argument with John about it. Who was the greatest?
Why would you start an argument? Why would that start an argument?
No, I said I didn't want to. I mean, sometimes when you have different opinions about military leaders who normally open really big, people liking or disliking them. Yeah, but it was just that.
That's what I would call a negative prediction. You projected yourself into an argument that you weren't having. It seems like it would fit right in.
My butter. I will do better next time.
Would you say you'll do better next time?
Yeah, I won't have this such
well, don't expect to get rid of your negative predictions. Negative predictions make up a lot of our mental work, mental space, but it can be useful to separate the prediction from what's happening. And yeah, so Thirsty Michael says gauging interest in conversation before expressing your own opinion is pretty valid. I completely agree. Math, your microphone is not connected, so we can't invite you up onto the stage. Oh, you're on the stage already. What do you...
I'm on the stage.
Yeah, you don't need to be invited. You're already here at the party.
Yeah.
Mars Survivor says it's my first day, and I really enjoy the class. It's already 11:10 in India. I'm going to go to sleep, but I want to join it regularly. Yeah, just join same time, same day next Sunday. Do you like doing a longer class? 3-hour class? Not too long for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, if the group is open, Mehrab here, I want to talk about something about, recently we had some conversation in the class. And for example, how can we take the upper hand in a debate, or now that Week said something about who is the best conqueror, I think.
Conqueror.
Conqueror. Thank you. I've been thinking about this idea about the competition. Like, what would make it interesting for us? And for example, in sports, that the rules are completely artificial. Humans are competing on something to achieve something. And for me, when I see, for example, when I lose a competition, how is it good to approach when you lose a competition? I normally, maybe I get angry. Sometimes I try to appreciate my opponent. if that's, I'm open enough to it. So, but it's tricky. I think if for me, if I try to manage when I manage myself, when I lose, it helps me. Anyone else?
Merab, can I ask you what you're competing in?
For example, I'm a it could be anything, but now, for example, my job, programming.
Okay, you're competing against other programmers for what? Skill, money, positions at a company?
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And this is my first day in Discord channel. I'd like to talk with yours guys.
Yeah. Well, welcome. We have 15 minutes left to the class, 10 minutes left to explore, and then a final 5-minute wrap-up session to close. So go for it.
Thank you. Great. And then you do you live in United States, James?
I do. I live in New York.
New York. How is living in New York?
I love New York.
Great. It's a beautiful
Where
city.
are you from?
And there are a lot.
Sorry, where are you from, Almir?
I am from Brazil. I live in São Paulo. São Paulo is a little bit similar to New York, but I feel with many there are least opportunities, but I almost the same.
Wow, I was born in São Paulo, also, Santos, you know.
Sounds I know.
Yeah.
And you move on? Are you move on?
Now I am in the south area, you know, in Santa Catarina.
Hey, Santa Catarina. Do you already go to? Did you already go to Balneário do Camboriú?
No, I just stayed here in Joinville.
Joinville, great. These are there are a lot of beautiful places in Joinville, maybe.
Oh yeah. There is a Mirant, and it is very cool, you know. You can see the whole city and a lot of places to people that are not from here to visit.
Yes. What is your job?
Like now I'm not working. I'm just 16. I just study English and I'll try to be English teacher.
That's your dream, to
Yeah.
be an English teacher.
Oh yeah, it's my goal, you know.
You go, and you go is teach in Brazil, in Joinville, or you prefer teach in other countries or online?
Like I wanna live in USA, but I think that I will teach there also. But now I need to improve a lot my English because I don't speak that pretty well, you know. So I need to practice more and speak more and listen more to improve that. And one day I will become one.
Great.
I'm sorry, can I step in for like just a second?
Go for it, Paul.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to ask you, James or anyone else here in the chat,
Neonez, what?
what's the topic for today?
I think your internet is cutting up, my friend.
Going right here. So just a question: what's for top today? Is there any particular topic for today?
What is he saying?
He wants to know what the topic is. You going to leave him hanging, or are you going to answer his question?
We just came, bro.
Hello, I'm Vic, but the thing is that the topic here changes with the people, with what they are commenting. So in a moment's notice, we might be talking about ancient Greece, and 2 seconds, and like a minute later, we might be talking about any other stuff. So it's kind of a dynamic in which people summarize what the other person said before, and then either talk about the same topic or introduce a new topic. You can also ask questions though, so it's kind of not really a topic. It's a topics, some topics, you know. At least that's
Yeah.
what I understood.
Okay, because yeah, it seems like there is no topic, because I thought there may be some kind of topic there, but I just came here. That's why I'm asking. It's not to being offensive or something.
I think there is a topic that Mahrab asked about. Let's. I have a question.
Is that future?
Yeah, the question was, what is the history of previous English language?
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot to say about the history of the English language. That's a whole subject, a whole field in of itself.
Because
Let me say a few bit. Let me say a little bit more.
Sure.
I'm just speaking slowly because there's modern English, there's Elizabethan English, like Shakespearean English. There's
Old English.
Middle English, and then Old English. And there's also points during the history where the English is connected to German or French, or further back, Greek. So there's a lot you can learn about related to the history of English, and it depends on what you want to know. But there are many good books about it, and it can really inform. I mean, it can inform your language learning to some extent currently to be learning modern English.
Yeah, I mean, the question I asked is because like the German and other languages are like from English, that disconnected from English, but those are kind of the same, that came through the same language barrier.
Say that again, please. What?
Like the German.
Yeah. So if you know a little bit about how languages, language families, there is something called Germanic, which is not the German language, but it's a language family. So English is a Germanic language. It comes from German. And it doesn't mean that other languages didn't influence English, right? There were key moments where other languages influenced English very strongly. For example, in around the year 1000, France invaded and took over England for some amount of time, I don't know, 100 years. And so during that period, lots of French entered into the English language, and we still have it inside the English language. So it's a mixture, and it's a rich history.
May I
Really
make
interesting.
a suggestion?
Sure.
There is
But you got to
a
be quick,
channel
because
on
you have 1
YouTube.
minute, and then I'm going to move on to surprises and learnings.
This will just take a minute. There's a channel on YouTube called Native Lang. I will also put it in the chat, that has various animated and simple to understand videos on cultures and languages from all over the world and their histories, that you could find very interesting videos in the topics that you're searching for. I popped that in the chat. I think they might have videos in depth as well as general about the English language's history as well. So if you're interested, you could check those out.
Yeah, sure, I'll check it.
Okay.
Because
We're going to move on now, because we've been here for a long time, and I'm going to end the class in 5 minutes just to Just before we end, we wrap up with something that surprised you today, something you learned, something you liked, didn't like, something that was new, or something you want to do. Anybody have a surprise or learning before we end?
Yeah.
I would like to thank you because you are you are trying to help me other people to speak English better. Then I need to thank you.
You're very welcome, Almir. That's a satisfaction. Any other surprises, learnings, satisfactions, etc.?
Yeah, Rob here. What one thing that I learned was that the answers that we get depend on the questions we ask. That was insightful, and also I understood that I cannot satisfy everyone.
Ain't it the truth? Can't satisfy everybody. Or in other words, I don't know if you've ever heard this, you can please some of the people all the time. You can please all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. Go ahead, Joanne.
Are we allowed to do joke ones?
Let's see. Bring it. Can you squeeze it into one of the surprises or learnings as a joke?
My surprise and learning was just how much snacking you really needed to keep going at all. Which is a lot. That also brings a worry of your funds.
What did I eat? I had one cheese sandwich. Any other?
You were snacking a lot.
I was snacking a lot. I don't know. What did I eat? I had
Bone apple teeth, by the way.
Any other surprises, learnings, satisfactions, dissatisfactions, discoveries, or next moves? The class was recorded on YouTube. I'll check it and then publish it into the Joining Game channel, which is here in the chat. And there's also recordings of classes from previous weeks and classes that I do in other spots.
So yeah, I would like also to say thank you for you be available for teachers, and thank you very much. And I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, Matthias. You're very welcome. Do you know what specifically you liked from today?
Oh, like I needed to have a conversation and practice with someone that can speak well the language like you you have a native accent, and I try to have accent like that. It is hard, and if I practice, it was good because I can practice with you and I can imitate you, and one day I think that I can talk like a native speak with that accent.
You're certainly able to talk and be understood, and I whatever you're doing, it's working because you're able to have conversations. So continue doing that. Continue examining what you're doing to learn, and come back here if you can. But whatever you're doing seems to be working based on what I know, which is limited. Many people come here for the first time and they leave. I never see them again. That's totally fine. It becomes easier for me to give you relevant advice and personalized advice if you give me a chance to get to know you. If you only give me a class to know you, ability to give you personalized help is going to be limited. So I would recommend, if you have the opportunity, come back and we'll see what's going on. I'll learn a little bit about you, and we can give you something that's really going to support you. I'm going to end here. I'm going to end on that note. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Look forward to seeing you next time. Good luck with all of your English learning goals and your life. Bye.
Thank you, James, for the class.
You're welcome, Joanne, and future Almir, 19, Paul, Spider, Mirab. Bye, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
James.
you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.